Good evening. A lot has been said. I think I'll be repeating myself. First of all, I'm very proud to be here representing Magical Kenya and Tembea Kenya. We live in a fabulous, I don't know even the right words, but we live in a country that is really the very best in the world. I met a Chinese who said, if there was a heaven, and heaven was on earth, then it is Kenya. And I believe him. So we live in a great paradise. And I am happy today. So chief guest, Deputy Governor of Baringo, Karibu Nairobi, happy to see you here. With the team also that came from the county. Founders, Francis, Geraldine, the serial entrepreneur. Your name goes before you. And you're happy because you've seen the world and you attest Kenya is the very best. And you're helping us really bring it to the world. Francis, CEO, we are with you the day before yesterday and you welcomed us and you've been calling. Happy. Good to see you. Dr. Anastasia, the host, asante sana. CC Nancy Korir, thank you for making Baringo the golden opportunity that has been given. Many others could have, but I think what you manage is awesome. So, pongezi. Commissioner Immaculate Kasaid, thank you for the phone calls and the midnight calls that I did receive when I was away, that I didn't know it was a birth of something as big as this. Pongezi, together with Stella Maris and others who have really supported, and the accidental visit that led to this. This is really great. Dr. Munau, I think we need your notes. Pleasure. Fred Kaigwa, where Fred is, we are happy. We know he holds the sector that has really grown this country, and we appreciate all your contribution before and even into the future. Daniel Mbugwa, Chairman of TOSC, appreciate you leading the young tour operators and people who are getting into industry and guiding them. There's really a lot I had planned to talk about. Oh, sorry. I have a team from Magical Kenya, Kenya Tourism Board. Kindly stand wherever you are to recognize you. That's Muriuki Muridi, he's in charge of our products, Asante Sana, and Bethsaida, also who is new at KTB and really supporting our marketing. We appreciate your efforts and work. I don't know where to start, but let me start somewhere. The current government is so pro-tourism. And this is the time to make our country shine. This is the time to use tourism to make Kenya rich and really uplift the many who are in this nation. Tourism is the only natural resource we have that you don't need much to change if it is the natural part, but only to develop access and tell the wonderful stories. It is our heritage which is existing and our culture which you want to preserve. In terms of contribution, we are looking in the next 4 years to move from 259 billion Kenya shillings the tourism sector contributes directly to 1 trillion Kenya shillings. Five days ago, actually about seven days ago, our minister came to visit Kenya Tourism Board and meet the staff and the board of directors. And we were presenting 1 trillion Kenya shillings and 5.5 million tourist arrival international and 5 million bed nights from domestic market. We thought we were doing so great in our vision. Then he just says, double it to 2 trillion. That means tourism is going to play a key role in our economy, a big share of GDP. And to repeat what Madam Kasait mentioned, in terms of employment, in terms of foreign exchange, in terms of investment, capital investment in Kenya or into Kenya or investment by locals, tourism is going to drive that. But beyond that, tourism is going to drive elements like peace. It's going to drive elements of understanding, not only within Kenya, but within intra-Africa, as Africa Free Trade Area grows. And we are in a space that we are being driven by technology. Technology is not an option. It is what drives current economies, current cultures. We have the Gen Zs, we have the Generation Alpha, those who cannot watch TV with a remote. They just know how to skip. Those, the young man here, we are bequeathing them a future that is great. We are in a competitive world, whether it is at a village level, at a town level, at a city level, or national, or even global. So we must always be paddling like ducks. So much happening below, and so much movement below, but seems stable at the, above water. What 1,000 lenses does is bring the power of technology, the power of reach, the power of user-generated content, and the power of digital to reality and to inspire many. In Kenya, we would like and love to see all Kenyans not only being patriotic, but also pushing tourism. Whether it's diaspora, whether it's somebody at the village, the city, or wherever they are. Geraldine, when you're in the skies, we appreciate, because you see us from up there, and you're always imagining, how can I tell the world? And 1,000 lenses, Bwananjue, it is a perspective for which we see the same thing in a million different ways. The 7 colors, I believe, in the lens responds to what we see as the rainbow, and that forms what we appreciate as nature, naturally what we see. But behind that is a powerful meaning that you'll bring out all the color using lenses to tell our stories, video, and images. And we live in a world where we see the same thing from different perspectives. So we are really excited as Kenya Tourism Board, because now the beauty of Kenya will be blown up, magnified, and be shared widely. It's an opportunity to tell stories that are hidden. And we are really aligned, because you're looking at hidden gems, stories of not told, but yet they have stories of opportunities that have not been brought forth. So you'll be speaking to investments, you'll be speaking to growth, you'll be speaking to inspiring new areas and direction. Mr. Kaigo will tell you that he has a community of dedicated to operators that excel globally. He will also tell you that they have thrived in selling particular spaces that they have specialized in. In the current world, and with the numbers that I've said, we cannot achieve those targets or those aspirations with the current model of working. So our challenge to Mr. Kaigwa, as well as TOSC chairman and the 2 operators in this room, is we need to expand. If 5.5 million tourists arrive today, where are they going to go? So it speaks of investments and opportunities that we must put in place. We have the resources, we have the beauty, we have the nature, and actually we have the best people in the entire universe, whether it is being hospitality or whether it is ability for them to tell their stories and just being friendly. Recent cases at the airport will be a thing of the past so quickly. So mine is to inspire not only Nairobi County, not only Baringo County, but the entire Kenya as a destination that will be powerful. We are part of the East African community, and recently we had the East Africa Regional Tourism Expo. We had 10 countries. We are opening borders. There are 22,000 young people who are sleeping in Nairobi today, waking up to tomorrow, where the president will open a forum, the Youth Connect. About a month or 2 months ago, we have the Africa Climate Summit. We had a delegation of about close to 17,000 delegates coming and going back to their countries. Recently, the king was in Kenya, King Charles III with the Queen Camilla, and they really had a wonderful time. What I'm saying is that Kenya is a magnet for tourists. The current conversation globally, which Kenya is waking up to, is that we have to diversify our tourist market, our tourism product, our tourism experiences. Fred Kaiwa has alluded to that. We've sold same product over the time, same experience over time to many countries. So we've diversified our market, we've done market penetration, selling more of what we have in existing markets. But now we have an opportunity where, if you look at South Africa, they have what they call village tourism, town tourism. Today I met a gentleman in Rwanda who had come to visit us as part of the Global Youth Connect Summit. And they're enterprising, they've just formed their companies. And this young man is, I think, 22 years old. He says he's in a village and he brings tourism to see his cows. And as he sells milk and does many other things, he's getting tourism dollars. That is village tourism. South Africa is perfecting it. Australia is also taking people away from cities and places that are known, not that they will not receive tourists, but the incremental tourists are also seeking new things, new opportunities, different experiences, especially for the repeat visitors. UK is telling their stories similar fashion. So the new word that is coming up is tourism economy. So that one tourist, how can we extract the most by giving them the best experience and they genuinely, freely want to swipe or want to pay cash? So those are the opportunities that we must create. In Kenya, we have really good road networks. Captain Geraldine, you know, our airports, domestic, I think there are about 400 of them. The manifesto talks about affordable air travel. It talks about safe road travel. It talks about quality, affordable accommodation, whether it's cheap hotels rated or Airbnb, bed and breakfast, and other that are there. So as we all make money in the different touch points with the tourists, whether it is with the airline, whether it's a tour operator or the experience or at community level, how can we all make that tourist stay longer? So one more minute and I'll be out of here, one MC. It is making those hidden gems come alive. And what 1,000 lenses is doing is bringing all these opportunities to life so that they have a price tag, so that they are accessible digitally, so that they have reach globally 24/7. If I need a story about Kenya, I get 10,000 of them. And there are a million photos, and there are even 200 million videos of people enjoying these experiences by tourists. So we want the tourists to really go back. I was going to go into statistics, but I don't have time. But that 1 minute is not yet gone. 50% of the tourists that we are receiving now are going for the option that is called independent travel. So the current and modern tour operator, really packages what they package and resell with a price tag. The future of the next tourist will be fully going online, discovering spaces, booking it directly as much as possible. And it's already happening. You find that a tourist in North America will try and put everything together but book the airline ticket. So 1,000 lenses is ahead of the game in that it is speaking to the new generation traveler, the Gen Zs, the Gen X, the Alphas, the millennials as well. For us in Generation X and the previous one, we still work with a tour operator travel agent. But in future, how do you plug in with digital, using the power of digital, where those digital audiences are, and still avail the products and sell them digitally successfully? That is the future. So this is one step towards that direction for Kenya. And we will partner with you, we will support. As you saw in the video, we would like even to do much more, not only for Baringo, but support you to go Kenya-wide, because content is key, especially contextual content is what brings money. There's a lot to say, there's a lot for another time, but I want to say thank you for this. What you've done is really great for this nation. Asante sana.
Thank you very much, John.